Taxes.
What is this man thinking? What does he feel? What will he do next? The answers to these questions are important to you, the American soldier. Your life, the security of your home and country may depend on them. For this man is your enemy or is a member of a neutral or friendly foreign group. He may carry a gun, push a plow, or run a machine. To win him over, to keep him from acting hostile to us, or to sustain his friendship by means other than force. That's the job of our psychological warfare. Psychological warfare aims at vital targets, thoughts, emotions, opinions, attitudes. It attempts to influence behavior by the planned use of propaganda. Many people think of propaganda as lies and distortions used by demagogues to arouse and incite. The Nazi propaganda minister, Dr. Goebbels, did his best to help this idea along. Actually, the word propaganda has no derogatory meaning. It comes from the Latin propagare, which means simply to spread about. It was first used by the Jesuits in 1622, when they began a college of propaganda which trained missionaries to serve in distant lands. Today, as the battle for men's minds is intensified, the spreading about of our democratic faith is becoming increasingly important. Our national foreign information programs are used to support the accomplishment of our national aims and policies. And in time of war, psychological warfare is used to support the accomplishment of a military mission. This film will emphasize the military aspects of psychological warfare. The use of psychological methods to influence enemy behavior in combat is not a new concept. An Athenian commander, Themistocles, in an attempt to discourage approaching enemy troops, urged them, if they could not lay down their arms, to behave ill on purpose. Our Continental Army used this type of leaflet at Bunker Hill to arouse discontent among the poorly paid enemy troops. In the Napoleonic Wars, from ships standing off the French coast, the British launched kites bearing anti-morale leaflets. The employment of military aircraft in World War I made possible the wide dissemination of propaganda leaflets. By World War II, new advances and operational techniques moved psychological warfare into high gear, made it an integrated part of our military organization. Experience has taught us that military action alone can win, but the costs in men and materials run high. Psychological warfare, effectively used in support of combat action, can reduce casualties and cost. Intelligence used as a basis for military psychological warfare operations comes chiefly from interrogation of prisoners of war, monitoring and analysis of enemy broadcasts and propaganda, captured enemy documents, and area studies. Reports are made available through G2 to the psychological warfare officer. Intelligence is studied for psychological warfare use. Enemy troop vulnerabilities are determined and plans drawn up to exploit them. There are three broad areas: tactical, strategic, and consolidation, in which psychological warfare supports the military mission. Tactical support is aimed at the civilians and enemy soldiers in the combat area. Objective: to remove as many as possible as hazards to our troops by reducing their combat efficiency and will to fight. One of the tactical military psychological warfare weapons is the loudspeaker. It has great mobility and can pinpoint its target. Through the loudspeaker, appeals and information based on combat intelligence can be swiftly and dramatically directed at the enemy soldier. To you soldiers of the 14th Regiment People's Army, we bring you news of home. Another tactical psychological warfare weapon is the leaflet. It may be used in a tactical situation, may be distributed by a propaganda shell fired from the 105 howitzer. The leaflet confronts the enemy soldier with a tangible propaganda message which he can keep and refer to.